All right. Um, Hi guys. Hi. This is my first time going live, so let's see how this is gonna go. I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna show you step by step how I paint this painting. So I made this painting already. I just have a picture right now. So I'm gonna show you how I make this painting step by step. So stick with me, and I'm gonna show you like everything. All right. So let's see what material I'm using today. So I'm using these two brushes. You can, to be honest, use any brush you have available. I'm gonna be using this flat one for the background, and I'm also gonna be using this tiny one for little details there. All right, I might also use one more brush, which is here, but let's see. All right, so these are the color I'm gonna be using. Can you believe I'm only gonna be using 3 colors today? White, purple, and black. And I already showed you this painting here. I mean, you can create any color of background if you like. I'm only gonna be using purple for the background and white. But again, you can just play around with it and just create any color you want to on your background. All right, so I'm not sure how many of you are watching right now, but I'm gonna show you how I start doing my background. Okay, so make sure you grab some of the brushes, make sure you grab a cup of water, and make sure you also grab maybe a couple of paper towels. So I'm live right now, just in case if anyone is painting here. You can also pause this video whenever you think I'm going very fast. All right, so I'm gonna grab my biggest flat brush first, and I'm also using 8 by 10 size canvas. So this is canvas panel. You can use a stretch canvas if you like, or maybe a watercolor paper. Using watercolor, that's a good idea. All right, so now I'm gonna start using my brush, and I'm gonna start working on my background. So before I take any paint, I'm just gonna dip it in my water. All right, now I'm gonna start creating a nice light purple color. Okay, so for that, I'm gonna grab a little bit of white on one side of my brush and tiny bit of purple on the other side. So I don't know if you can see the both color here or not. Okay, so now I'm gonna start. Okay, so let's see, this is my center of my canvas. So this is the center. I'm just gonna make a little dot here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna cover half of this bottom area using this color. So I'm just going left and right like this, just very simple strokes. If you like different texture, let me show you a little bit of up here. Now I'm just only showing you just in case if you like to get different texture instead of that straight line. So all you have to do is just add X's like this, or maybe just create any strokes like that, and that's gonna give you that different texture on your sky. But I'm gonna keep it very simple for you guys. I'm just gonna start applying these brush strokes left and right like this. So whenever you are out of paint, you don't have any more brush left, just take both of this color same way again like you did first time. A little bit white, a little bit purple, and then I'm just gonna cover everything like this, going all the way to the edges. There is no right, no wrong in here. Remember that this is your painting. You can change it up if you like. You can create your own thing. All right, I'm also gonna come a little bit more down. I'm gonna bring this paint a little bit more down here. So whenever you're getting this kind of a fuzzy line, and if you feel like it's hard for you to spread your paint, what I like to do is just take a little bit of water, just one time, tap tap tap, a little bit paint on my brush. Okay, and then I'm gonna apply it on my canvas here. Do you see how it's become very easy? to apply this paint here. Alright, now I'm gonna work on this top area. So as I'm gonna go up, I'm just gonna keep creating more and more darker color. But what I like to do is turn my canvas this way. It will be much easier for me to do it that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some white, some purple. Again, just covered your whole canvas by doing that. There is no right, no wrong again. And as I'm going up, I'm trying to take less white, so a little bit white, but more purple this time. So I'm gonna take a little bit more purple like that. Bigger gob, but that's okay. Okay, so let's cover the whole thing. So I'm going live right now. I don't think so anybody is live painting with me right now, but I'm also gonna post this video later. So just in case, I don't know if you want me to go live next time. I don't really know. Just let me know in the comment, what do you prefer? I mean, do you want me to like go live and paint with you guys, so that if you have any question, you can ask me any question during the live video about like any materials or any stuff you have question about. So that's why I thought of going live right now. But let me know in the comment, because I really like to know if you like me to go live or not. Because like I said, I never go live. This is like first time for me going live, and I don't know, let's see. Okay, so let's cover the whole thing. I love painting on canvas or any surface, to be honest. Doesn't have to be canvas. Just so relaxing, right? Alright, now I'm gonna turn my canvas, because it's gonna be easier for me to do the top. So I'm using panel, so I like to hold my canvas and then do the top, because I don't want to paint my surface down here, so my table, I mean. Okay, so here I'm just gonna cover the top. Alright, so here I'm all done. I'm just gonna put it on my table here. Alright, so now, just in case at any point if you feel like some of the area is too dark or too light, if you want to make it like darker or lighter. So for example, I want to make this bottom area slightly more little darker, like not too dark. I'm not gonna clean my brush, we don't really have to. Well, all I'm gonna do is take a little bit of purple. If you want to make it lighter, you can take some white. Alright, so and then I'm just gonna add this kind of a little lines. Okay, and then I'm just gonna make sure you don't have too much paint left. If you do, just take your paper towel and clean it on your paper towel. Alright, and then I'm just gonna go on those lines. I'm just gonna go on those lines, and then I'm just gonna blend it with the color that I have in the background. So something like this. So I also want to add a little bit of white, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the white. I'm also gonna take a little water, just it's gonna help me to spread my paint a lot more easier. I'm also gonna add a little bit of white, just maybe here. Do you see? I'm just randomly adding this. Alright, Alright, I think I like my background. I'm just gonna stop right here because for me it's very hard to stop. But here I'm gonna stop now. Alright, so now we don't have to let this dry. We can just move on to our next part, which is adding some mountains. So if you already see the picture what I'm doing in the picture I showed you earlier, there are some mountains here. So let's add that. If you like to, you can clean your brush. I don't really need to clean my brush, so alright, so now I'm gonna move on to my next part, which is adding those mountains. I'm gonna add like a 3 layers of mountain, one here, and one down here. Okay, so I'm gonna add one right here, which is a little bit far away from here. So I'm gonna create like lighter purple color, so maybe a little bit darker than what I have here. So this is gonna be different for everybody. So let's create a lighter purple first. So I take a little bit of white, putting on side of my plate, and then I'm just gonna take a little purple and mixing all together. Alright, and just to see if it's dark enough or not, I just like to make a little dot right here, and you see you don't see any difference. So I'm gonna make my purple a little bit more darker. So I'm just gonna take a little purple, mixing it all together again, making a little dot. Yeah, I can see that purple now, right? Alright, so now we can start adding our mountain. Alright, so now I'm just gonna add a nice big hill. So let's say this is the center of my canvas. I'm just gonna come maybe a couple inches down. So I'm gonna add my mountain from here. So I'm gonna start maybe from here, up, down, like that. Create a nice big hill. Okay, let me make my little darker so you guys can see. I know it's hard to see on my painting. Okay. Again, nice big hills. Alright, and then I'm just gonna cover everything on the bottom, like not everything, but at least this much of area, at least like half of this area. So I'm out of my paints, I need to make some more. Again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in a comment down below after I'm done, after we are done with this live video, so I can come back to your questions later. Alright, so here I'm almost done. So this is a very quick painting. So if you want to try something in like an hour or half hour, I mean like 40 minutes, this is a very good painting for them. Alright, so here I'm all done. I'm just gonna smooth out all of my lines, going very lightly on top, like that, lightly touching my canvas. And do you see I don't see any brush strokes now? Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to my next part, which is adding another layer of mountain. This time I'm gonna make this purple slightly darker than what I have here. Okay, so for that I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of white, not too much. Oopsie. Okay, and then whole bunch of purple. Mix. A little bit more purple. Alright, make a little dot and see if it's dark enough or not. Mine is dark enough here. Alright, so again, I'm just going to create those nice big hills. So let's say maybe I'm going to start from here, making a smaller hill. You don't really have to follow your this hill, but just something. All right, again, I'm just gonna cover at least half of this area. Oops. I'm gonna smooth out my lines. All right, so here I'm all done. Now I'm gonna add another layer, one last layer, using same color, but this time I'm gonna make more darker than what I have here. So I'm gonna add a little bit of white, a little bit of black here, okay? So first I'm gonna take my purple, just a little bit of white, like not too much, okay? And then tiny bit of black, not too much. So just maybe this much. Mix it all together. Make a little dot. I think this is dark enough. I'm still gonna make it slightly little darker by adding a little bit of more black and a little bit purple here. I don't want to make it too grayish. So I think this is the good color. Okay, so now again I'm just gonna add my heel. A little bigger, smaller, bigger. Big one here. Alright, so let's cover everything on the bottom. Just taking a little bit of water here, not too much. And the next part I'm gonna do is add nice big trees. But if you like to, you can take a little break if you are painting, like if you're not painting live. But I'm just gonna move on to my next part here because we don't really have to let this dry, but if you do, it's amazing. I mean, it's gonna be easier for you because when we add those trees, it will help us if the paint is nice and dry. Okay, so here I'm all done. I think I'm all done. I'm gonna clean my brush. So sometimes the process I'm using, it's hard to clean. So what I like to do is just go all the way down and think of like you're painting on the bottom of your cup. So whenever you want to paint live with me, I mean, if you just let me know in the comment. But I also make a painting kit, and you can check out my website. You can find all different kind of painting options, and I also show you step by step how to paint these paintings. And I also shipped out all the materials that you need to paint. So yeah, you can check out my website. I'm gonna put the link down below. Alright, so now I'm gonna move on to my next part, which is adding nice trees. Okay, so I'm gonna show you very easy trees today. but there are so many ways you can make your trees, right? So I'm gonna show you one way. At least let me show you at least like a couple of ways. Okay, so let me show you back of my plate. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this middle brush. I'm sorry. So this one is a small one, tiny one. This is number 0. I'm not using this one. It's too tiny. So I'm using this number 2 size, and it's a round brush. Okay, so before I take any paint, I'm just gonna dip it in my water here. All right, now I'm gonna take some black paint, and you can definitely use some green if you like, but I'm just using black here. Okay, so let me show you 2 very easy trees. So let me show you. One is add a little tree trunk first. Okay, and all I'm gonna do is just dab dab dab. So let's say I'm just gonna take a little paint, not too much, and then I'm just sorry, I'm just gonna start from top and start dabbing. So something like this, and as I'm coming down, I'm gonna make my tree nice and wider like that. Do you see the branches? I'm gonna leave a little space between those branches, not too big, too much, just a little. If you like to keep the little trunk down there, you can. Another way is just add your trunk first, and then start kind of a swiftly. I don't know how to even call that, but start from top and add this kind of little lines coming down. Leave a little space between your branches. So if you like to practice a little bit on a paper plate or maybe on a piece of paper, it's a good idea. So yeah, those I'm gonna be making this kind of a tree today. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm only gonna be adding 2 trees here. If you want to just add 1 or maybe more than 2, go for it. All right, so here I'm just gonna take a little bit of black paint. Okay, and then I'm just gonna start adding my trees. Okay, I'm sorry. So here I'm just gonna add like this size of the tree. I don't want to add like too big. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna add my tree trunk starting from here. We don't need any thick line here. I mean thin line here. So don't worry about making your line so thin because we're gonna hide this trunk anyway. So alright, and then I'm just gonna start adding those dabs. So starting from top, start dabbing like that. So I like to hold my brush like I'm holding a pencil. It's gonna be different for everybody, I'm sure. So okay, back to our tree. So do you see all of these branches now? Again, leave a little space, like not too much, but just a little. So if you let your painting dry and then you are doing this, your paint will not become gray. Just because my background is still wet, I'm using this black paint here. My black is turning gray. So that's why I said earlier, if you like to, you can let this dry before you move on to the next part. Alright, so here I'm all done adding my first tree. Now I'm gonna add my second one. This one is slightly a little taller than this one. So let's say I'm gonna add this tree, maybe this tall. Oopsie, I made it too thick. It's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little paint starting from top and start dabbing from the top. Almost like a zigzag line. We're gonna add some snow on top later. That's the next part. As I'm coming down, I'm gonna make it nice and wider. And here I'm all done. Okay, it's not a straight, we don't need to make it straight. Just gonna make it a little wider down here. Okay, so here we are done with the hard part. Now I'm gonna clean my brush here. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some snow. Okay, so but before I add any snow, I also want to add some snow on my mountains. So what I like to do is just take a little white paint just on the tip like that, and then I'm just gonna start adding a little bit of snow on those mountains. So something like this, I'm just gonna dab on just the edge of the mountains. So something like this. Just a little snow on my mountain, on the tip of my mountain. I'm also adding some snow just on it, on like any random space, like a random area on my mountain also. Just something like that. Okay, and I'm also going to do the same thing for this second layer I have here. So in the original painting, I didn't do this part in that painting, but I feel like I want to on this painting. Every time I make my painting, it's always a little bit different every time. That's the best part about this. Okay, I'm also gonna do the same thing for this third layer. Just making it a little messier because, you know. Okay, so almost done, and then I'm gonna add some snow on my trees. Alright, so now I'm gonna start adding snow on my tree. So almost the same thing, to be honest. And again, if you like to use maybe hair blow dryer to dry your black area at least, so that when you add your snow, your white don't become gray. But I'm just gonna move on to my next part. I'm just gonna start adding some white here. Hi. Alright, so I'm gonna take a little bit of white paint, and then I'm just gonna start adding this kind of a layer, almost placing this snow on tip of my on top of my branches, on each branches like that. It's okay if you miss some of them. No, don't worry about making it so perfectly, because there is nothing perfect in nature, right? So do you see how I'm just kind of placing this bigger glob of this white paint just on the top of my all branches, because I don't want to mix my black and white colors together. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for my another tree. Can you believe we are almost done with this painting? Like almost. And this is the part is gonna take a little time in this whole painting. I'm sorry guys, I don't even I don't even talk when I paint sometimes. So you can maybe turn on some music if you like, because like I said, this is the part is gonna take a little time, and take your time, have some fun painting it, because I don't want to rush you guys, so I'm just gonna take my time also here. Just a couple more strokes, and then we're gonna add some snow. Yes, we're gonna add a whole lot of bunch of snow. Okay, so I'm all done here. Now I'm gonna add some snow. So now you can take another like glob of white on your plate if you like. I'm just gonna use that little gray I have in my plate, but that's okay. Okay, so now this is the fun part, because I don't know, just make a little dot like that everywhere for the snow. Some of them are like big dots, some of them are like tiny everywhere. I'm just gonna go like that. I hope you guys having fun painting with me. If you do, make sure you give a nice big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. If you are enjoying watching all of my painting videos, DIY videos, I know I need to make another DIY video very soon. I am planning to change the table color, but let's see how that's gonna turn out. I'm not really sure, but I really want to do that too very soon. Okay, because I like more snow, I'm just gonna keep adding more here. And I also like to turn my brush so that every time I have different kind of a dot, if that makes sense. I don't know. Okay, no one was loud today. It's my first time, and that's okay. I'm just gonna put this video on my regular channel. You can check out this video there. I hope you enjoyed that video there. Like I said, it's my first time going live, and nobody's live with me right now. Aww. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe next time. So I am still learning how this all really works. Um, yeah, so that's okay. I'm also gonna add some snow down here. Okay, so yeah, I'm almost done, and again, I hope you guys enjoyed painting this painting with me today. And again, make sure if you do, just give a thumbs up again, and maybe I will see you next time whenever we kind of a paint again together. If I go live, or maybe you watch my other video, and I will see you next time then. Make sure you also sign your painting if you are painting it. I always like to sign on the bottom of the right corner if I'm painting on a panel. If I'm painting on a stretch canvas, I like to paint. I like to sign on the side of my canvas here. If you like to, you can sign on the back if you like. But yeah, I'm all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this painting with me. Again, I will say next time, make sure you clean all of your brushes in this soap water so you can use these brushes again. And don't throw this out. I mean, use it on something. I don't know. Alright, so guys, I'll see you next time with like another painting. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, take care. Bye.